All right,
So
cool. Yeah.
I've jumped on the 4-hour on the Bitcoin chart. Okay. This morning when I woke up after US stock markets closed, I looked at this daily chart. I actually looked at this before last couple of days, and I was thinking we've had a massive relief rally, and around that 45K mark, I was thinking it's actually mitigating previous
Look at the MAs on that, you know.
I might have to make this bigger. Actually, I'll make it full screen. Actually, make it easier. See, I'm just gonna move our chat out of the way. You know.
So it's really been hitting tops and yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna move this out of the way.
See
the green volumes down here, this massive pump on the Russia FUD. We are reaching on the 4-hour to daily time frame over here, where I'm pointing with my mouse here, around here. These institutional candles where it showed the top last time, we're reaching it over here on the right, over here. If you can see where I'm pointing with my mouse.
Yeah, no, like we're really at kind of an important point right now in consolidation and where we've reached at these tops.
So
scroll left a little bit, Daniel, if you don't mind.
What was that?
Just curious. Can you scroll left a little bit, Daniel?
Yeah. Can you see?
Thank you.
See how over here?
Yeah.
To the left over here.
Okay.
This massive Wycloffe distribution top with this institutional candle. This candle is very significant because it broke structure down to 41K on the daily, on the 4-hour, and it mitigated up here again and then tanked.
Because think about that. How much of a move is that down?
That's a pretty big move. That's like a I need to learn how to use TradingView to bring up the percentages, but I can't do it on full screen at the moment.
That's a pretty, but yeah, that's a rather large
the ruler on the left.
So on full screen, can I access those tools? No.
Maybe not. But either way, you know, that's a pretty large range. That was a move, you know, like that's a setup FU can pretty much almost.
Yeah, okay. the ruler there.
Ruler? Oh, here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna use the brush right now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna go back full screen because I'm gonna mark this out. So over here, I'll circle this candle here. Oh, I need to change a different color. It's gray. Damn it. I'll make it yellow. Make it easier to see. See this candle over here. I'll move this.
And
this candle over here.
Those dots you can move. Yeah.
Over here. That's the top out of the previous leg up. Okay.
Almost like textbook.
This is B over here, bro. B, ABC on the Wycloffe distribution. I'll draw a line down. Oh, this is not a very straight line, but basically I'll draw a line down here as a reference. I circle this candle, institutional candle.
It's actually on that level right now.
And the 4-hour chart, it's actually done the break of structure. Come back to retest here. This is where you want to enter your shorts and down, bro. This is the big move on the last leg with the Russian FUD. But the move was set up way before the battle.
What a move, man.
So I'm just going to change to green now. So this is where I last sold my calls on Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever altcoin I had. Because I knew that was coming down.
Now tell me a bit about that, you know, kind of the Bitcoin thing you're doing with options and whatnot.
And this is the same. I'm expecting similar because we have hit the fibs level on the sort of like the fibs level over here.
Same kind of thing. That's
like
A again.
0.71 to 0.88 level.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really draw very well with my mouse, but this is your fibs level over here, mate. And it's in line with that macro candle over here to the left where I the last move was.
It's going to be interesting to see the candles that follow, if it's going to be the same structure.
That's why
because
I started selling calls this morning, because it broke 45, it went down, but it showed some kind of, on the 4 hour over here, look, this candle here is red. It touched that high again, retested, but failed. It didn't break a new high.
Yeah, right.
So that's why I sold calls. So how do you do that?
I would have.
The wheel strategy. So you go to your Binance website or app, phone app, and you go under dual investment. So it's got a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of different altcoins there you can do your crypto options on. So up and exercise basically means selling calls in stocks terms, okay? So that's basically telling Binance that you're willing to hedge a strike price at a certain date. So the options expiry is similar to stocks in fact that it's every Friday, 8 p.m. UTC time, I think it is. But I've got to double check on my facts. So this is the current yield in green in the middle column. Can you guys see?
That's it. Yeah, that's
so 45K strike is 170% APY for March the 4th. The reason why it's so high is because the spot price is quite close to 45K, right?
Right.
And we've only got 2 days left, because 4th of March is
very
Friday.
Interesting how the structure works.
So you want to be selling calls or selling up an exercise or doing this crypto option, as they call it.
When you say up and exercise, what exactly does that mean?
That is your equivalent of selling calls against your crypto. Okay. So you're saying that at 45K, you're willing to be exercised on your Bitcoin at this APY for this Friday.
Gotcha.
So the options you can actually scroll
like
down.
What I did with Mirror today.
So you can actually scroll down your exercise dates. So the first page is always the closest expiry date. So there's 11th of March, which is next Friday. So you can go to the next Friday. So the advantage of days being further out is you've got more leeway. And the exercise strikes are higher as well. But your APY is slightly lower because it's further away out of the money. So the closer
that's a very interesting structure to the way it goes. I feel like that's a lot more predictable to me.
Yeah,
but again, crypto's crazy. Right? You have to have your TA on point if you were to do this.
And if it goes above 45 on Friday, you're going to be out some Bitcoins.
But the thing is, I'm not actually too phased, because if I'm on the 46K actually for Friday, 4th of March. I subscribe to this for this kind of yield. But for this kind of yield, 85% on my Bitcoin, I'm
85%.
I'm more willing to hedge it, because if I'm banking that if it hits 46K plus by Friday, chances are on the Friday just before expiry, the whales will try and tank it to kill the call options, or they will try and tank it on the weekend following Friday. So either way, it's good because I've hedged at 46K. And if it tanks to 43K by Sunday night or Monday morning, I'm still $3,000 up. I can use that USDT and buy it back to 43K if I wanted to.
And that actually is
3K difference.
Running, right?
So it actually means that I've accumulated more BTC.
And that means you like locked it up.
Yeah, so it's locked up. So this is different to stock options.
And like one point, sorry to interrupt you, Daniel, but one point like I really want to like bring up is like you really are like you are trading against the enemy. You have to be a wolf in the way you go about your strategies, and you have to only trade the A+ setups because you're going against pros. Like these people know what they're doing, so they are your enemy.
Yeah, well, whales are there to create volatility so they can bank.
No,
because if there's volatility, they don't make money, right? Because if you're on leverage and the coin doesn't
that's
move,
what we all want,
So, but the reason why I'm saying that this chart is so reliable is because it's on a higher time frame. So it's on an L.
That's like a whole start of a new A, you know?
So this is the beginning of a leg down for me. I'm
Yeah, I
more than
agree.
willing to hedge for the downside.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so what for me, if I'm hedging at 46K or 45K, I'm getting this APY yield for Friday. That's in 2 days. I'm willing to put my Bitcoin up for grabs. So Binance exercises me at that if it does hit those strike prices on Friday for in anticipation that it will drop in the near foreseeable future. So that's what I'm actually doing. I'm hedging my long-term positions. I've got Bitcoin, I've got Ethereum, I've got longs as well that are long-term positions. But on a shorter time frame, I'm willing to put a little bit of my crypto as a hedge against the downside in case the market moves down a lot.
That's where I've been going with stocks on another note, but yeah, the same exact play, yeah.
Because you want to have some USD stable coins on the side when the market is tanking, and you don't want to be all in on crypto or all in on altcoins when you have no USD in your wallet and the market tanks and you're on leverage and you
got
don't
a
borrow
problem.
money, you're stuck. You're stuck.
I was with Marcus earlier. He was listening to the NATO meeting. He was like, I'll let you know in 5 minutes if we need to dump everything.
So same with BNB, okay?
Whatever moves the price, right?
Same for BNB. Last night, I started selling calls on BNB around $415. It's about 407 now. So I bought the 410 strike for Friday, this coming Friday, locked it in 200% plus APY, and it looks like it's coming down slowly. So it's hit that kind of that fibs zone spot where I showed you on the macro chart on Bitcoin. It's the same for all the other altcoins actually, but it's hitting that mark and it's slowly coming down. See, that first 4-hour candle was red. It's showing that it's turning. And that's
look at us at 3 tiny candles on an inverse almost.
Well, if you break down to 1 hour, it's probably showing 2 red candles
so
and some
back to
retest and a failure to make a higher high, and it's making a higher low. So
you think it's going back to 35?
Like, hard to say. It depends how much FUD they put out. There's regulations on the cards.
What do we got for an order book? I love Gates order book because you see like $1 million orders, $5 million orders regularly.
Hey guys, on the macro chart over here is a set of equal lows. That's big money there on longs stacked under there, and the next bit of liquidity is over here around the 35K mark. So what I'm thinking is on the macro time frame on the calendar for March, FOMC is coming around on the 14th, I think, of March, mid-March. I'm thinking that the whales are going to try and bring it down with the interest rate hikes. That's also the fundamentals behind my thinking as well as the technical chart analysis.
Of
the strategy that's showing on the chart that it's going to be.
If you look left, that I'm sorry. If you look left, the time frame is almost identical.
Yeah, if you scroll back a bit over here.
You know, I always tell people to look left because that'll show you the trend.
So I'm going to pull it back on a daily, right? It's going to be more see the to the left easier. See how all where I'm circling is where it was.
Yeah, that's 4 different spots.
It's just more condensed, but the macro time frames don't lie. You see how that massive Wycloffe breaker structure 41 retest to 44, it's tanked.
Usually as soon as you've seen that large green move up or red move down, that large one, like the last large green candle, you're gonna see the opposite very soon.
I'm completely on the separate camp. I'm sorry. Yeah. Everybody, like I said, everyone's got their opinion. But yeah.
This is the how we trade
my long-term
on
It all
the
depends
trading
on
groups.
how,
And that
right,
is
exactly.
how we see it. And that's how I've learned from my mentors. I go by multiple confluences. So I've gone back in time to, let's say, back in Feb or even January, where this was set up over here, where I circled this ABC setup, and it is pretty much spot on where that ABC has happened. There's
Without a doubt.
A, B, C. C was that bottom of that Russia flood over here, buddy.
Yeah.
And this was a nice daily move, retest over here, retest, in long over here on the 4 hour. See how it's
if
moved?
you look at it, if that's C.
See how it's going like this?
But if you're saying that's C right there, then that means the leg we're on is actually wave 1. Because if you look at the 3-hour chart, that's exactly what it is. This is wave 1. It just doubled bottom. Because if it's C,
according to Elliott theory.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Well, remember, we're looking at a 4 hour to a daily chart.
I'm just letting you know, just so you don't go all bearish and
Yeah.
On January 25th, on January 24th, it hit a low of the 32.8, and then we're talking about Bitcoin, BTC.
Yeah, down here.
Yeah, so that was, the 5th wave down. We had the first impulse. Now ABC correction. This is wave 1, and it's supposed to go above. And it's definitely that safe trade. That's why I look for that bottom. I needed that 64. Well, I'm talking about something else. We're gonna break the 4,500. We're gonna break the 4,570, and that's like this week, next week. I mean, there's a lot of momentum at the moment.
Can you minimize the chart a little bit, Daniel?
I'll try and exit full screen.
Like the bars size.
Yeah.
No, good.
Dude, for real, because I was shorting when the shorting's right, and then I stop, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, it's like I don't want you to go all bearish when it's like, the times are good. It's like, yeah, don't buy at this moment. Wait for the pullbacks, But
right.
If we're looking at the long term, like the 3-hour chart, then we're like in the beginning of wave 1. And it's pretty much established a good double bottom right here. That's perfect, like ABC. That's strong. And right now, and I trade.
But you see, like you know how FUD, fear affects crypto so hard, and especially with this whole Putin thing going on.
Exactly.
Our crypto
so why isn't it at
so
0?
Sensitive.
Why isn't it at 0?
Because there's intrinsic value. Because there's intrinsic value in crypto assets, man.
You know who's loading up? The
Ukrainians. They can't access their savings.
I do.
Well, that's the thing.
Look at it.
Because Russia's been sanctioned, right? And the ruble's tanked. The Russians
that's the lowest it's ever been in history.
It's sort of like a flight to safety, because crypto isn't bank regulated. So I heard that the Ukrainian bank funds were frozen. People couldn't withdraw out of the ATMs.
No,
so basically
nothing.
People that had no crypto and no access to their money.
They've continued to make more, that's a whole other topic. They've continued more attacks and stuff, though, where this is 3/1/22. We'll see.
So all this money over here, the green bars, I think is the Russian like oligarchs actually buying up, man, because their money's gone to the shits.
Exactly.
Really. Look at this massive buying volumes in the last couple of days, 150 mil Bitcoin volumes. It's not just institutions. It's high net worth individuals, man, and countries.
Exactly. That's what I'm
The
talking
early
about.
adopters that are coming.
Because the Russian government was in the know that they were going to do swift sanctions and cut-offs for the Russian banks. That's why they 180.
I saw a video where he had FTM on his screen.
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I saw a video of Putin. He had FTM on his screen, and I'm not sure. You know, everything can be faked. You know, but like it was a very specific picture that he had in his office and everything. Everything could be faked, but
oh well.
I actually, guys, I gotta run, mate. But I will talk to you guys soon. You know, we had a good couple sessions here. Glad we did this. And I'll see you guys soon, all right?
Yeah, so basically that's how you sell calls on your crypto, and looking at charts and how to time it. So basically when you're expecting a leg down from a high point, that's when you want to sell your calls or your crypto ups, because that's when you're going to get your highest yield, when you're very close to the money on your strikes.
Yeah, definitely. Especially
and you do the opposite with the USD downs when you want to sell puts. So that's saying that you're going to buy it at the low price. So down and exercised with your USD. That is saying that you're going to buy it at that price. So that is selling puts with your stable coins and saying that if crypto tanks to a certain strike by a certain expiry date, you're going to buy it. You're going to get exercised. So you do the same strategy on the wheel when the market's on a low end of the leg and you're expecting a rebound. This is what I do anyway. And I did that mid last week when AVAX and all that tanked below $70. I was selling puts against AVAX with my stable coins. I did the same with Matic, ETH, BTC and BNB, I think it was. But there's a whole lot of altcoins that you can do it on now. DOT, Bitcoin Cash, Luna, AVAX. I sold puts on Luna too. And Phantom's there as well, and Algo. So these ones are recent addition to the pack. So you can do a lot more altcoins now as well on your crypto options. There used to be just
I would like to do that.
ETH, Sol and Matic, I think, and ADA. But now they've got all these ones as well, all the small altcoins. So yeah, that's how I do the wheel strat with the dual investment, the dual options. But then again, you're kind of playing against a centralized exchange, eh? And if you time it wrong, you're going to get exercised because with dual investment, like I was talking to you guys earlier before, it's a deadlock, unlike stock options where you're fluid to get out if it's going against you. With this crypto options, you are locked and dead until the expiry date. So timing matters a lot when you're getting in, because these yields, these APY changes, the more closer to the money you are, closer to the expiry date, the higher they will be. See how right now BNB is $408, the 390 strike, if you're selling this call, your APY is 800% almost by Friday, because you're already in the money. So that's how the algo is set up. It's exactly like stocks. Joker here right now selling strikes at 390, probably very high percentage, probably 90% going to be exercised.
Yeah.
Because it has to fall below 390 by Friday for it not to exercise, hence the very high yield. Possible that it's going to be exercised, that one. So further out you go, 420, your yield drops down to 121%, see, by Friday. But even that is sort of within in the money range, but it's sort of on the outside of that range. So sort of like your 420 is going to be a lot safer than your 390 or 400. So that's sort of like your risk to reward. You don't want to be very in the money and get exercise unless you're thinking that it's going to have a massive pullback in the next couple of days or to the next week, and you'll be moving very further out of the money, if you know what I'm saying. So if you're very bearish on BNB in the next 2 weeks, say, you'll probably want to do like a March the 11th or something, for a strike price closer to the money. So say like a 420 or a 410 and still bank like 86% yield on your BNB. But if it gets exercised, if it goes to 420 by the March 11th, then Binance exercises you at 420 a BNB according to your lot allocation. So you don't actually have to pledge one whole BNB. You can do fractions. You can like do 0.01 of a BNB or 0.5 of a BNB. It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be whole units. That's the beauty of it as well. You don't have to do 100 lots. This is sort of like decimals. You can do fractions of a contract. You can do like, you can put up 0.5 of a BNB and hedge at 420 strike if you want for next Friday, March 11th. And the bottom line is like, if you get exercise at 420 and you're expecting a pullback, say mid-March, or I am anyway, because of FOMC rate hikes, I think it will play into the price action on the charts. I'm expecting it to drop below 400. So I think that the 420 or the 430 is a very good safe play for me. Personally, I wouldn't mind getting exercised at 420, 430, because I got my BNB below 360. So either way, I win. When I'm putting my options up locked, I'm benefiting and profiting either way, regardless of whether I'm getting exercised or not. So the difference is whether I'm getting paid back in BNB or whether I'm getting paid in USD. So if I'm getting exercised on my sell calls, let's say that we go back to the March the 4th, right? And I sold for, let's say I sold for 420, right? 400, let's say. And it drops to 390 by Friday. Then I don't get exercised. So my yields in APY, let's say I sold it right now for 484%. I'm getting paid back my yields in BNB, not USD, because I didn't get exercised. It's sort of like selling my call and my strike not being touched.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm sort of like hedged my crypto and it hasn't touched 400. So if it's lower than 400 by March 4th, then I keep my BNB and my yields get paid back in BNB. If it's above 400, I get exercised. Binance pays me out in USDT or BUSD for the equivalent of that $400 BNB, if you know what I mean, plus my yield. So I still get my yield, but paid in USD instead of BNB. Does that make sense, guys?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So just the difference between me being exercised on my crypto or me not being exercised on my crypto, it depends on what my payout is, like back in USD dollar terms, or whether I'm being paid back my BNB. So if I'm doing my crypto ups and it doesn't touch by expiry, then I keep my BNB and my yields in my crypto, native crypto. But if it touches, then I have, well, basically the exchange redeems my crypto at that price, that strike price, and then I get paid my yields in USD terms. So that's the same thing with the sell put side, which is the down exercised with the USDs. So if I pledge to buy BNB, say at 370 at March the 4th, because I don't think it's going to tank to 370 by then. See, my yields are quite low when I'm trying to sell put now, because the crypto is up on the up leg because it surged, but this yield will be a lot higher if, say, it was like last week, you know, when crypto was really down and BNB was down like in the 350s or 360s. This yield would have been in the couple 100%. So that would have been a good time to lock in your sell puts when the market's down and you're expecting a bottoming and a rebound. That's when you want to do your USD downs, because you're actually selling puts and saying, I'm going to buy this crypto, you know, at this price by a certain expiry, and you're expecting it to rebound. But the bottom line is you're willing to be exercised in your option, and you won't mind being exercised at this 370 or whatever strike price you are buying BNB at, right? Even if it does tank by that date. That's the bottom line. So when you're setting your strike prices, you want to be exercised at those prices. You won't mind being exercised at those prices. because you're expecting a bottom near bottom around that price range. So that might actually be a good idea to be exercised sometimes, because it means you bought BNB at 370, you see, and you're expecting a rebound like 400 plus. So you wouldn't mind being exercised at 370 mid last week. And I sold puts on BNB around this sort of mid 300 mark, because I was expecting it to rebound when I saw the bottom touch and retest. So that was the other side of the coin. But right now, it's not a good idea to do the sell puts now, because the yields are down and crypto is up. So you want to be doing the sell calls. Yeah, so that's it from me, degenninja. I'll catch up with you guys another time, and we'll stop the recording here.